And first of all, thank you so much for accepting our invitation, Voices of Common People, interacting with me, Rami. It's my privilege to interview one of my super senior and well known in terms of research. He is doing meticulous work in research work, and many of youngsters also inspired of his work. Even for me, also one of inspiration for me, and also motivated by his commendable work in research work. And without further ado, I'll introduce Nagavindra sir, and welcome to the panel, sir. And my first question to you: how should uh, choose a career in research?
Yeah, so it depends on your basic interest from starting onwards. So most of the people career research means so after bachelor's or master's program they try to do in deep research. So it depends on what kind of field you are into and what makes you more interesting. Like what do you want to select and proceed further. So whether you want to achieve something in your field, something innovative, novel, or anything. So, which is makes you to go in deep dive into the research
Mhm.
and do your whatever you want. So, specifically, I'm from pharmaceutical field. So earlier, I did my bachelor's in pharmacy
Mhm.
and master's in pharmaceutical sciences and PhD in pharmaceutics as well.
Mhm.
So I didn't divert from my career field, like from pharmacy. I stood in my field itself. So I would like to achieve success in my field, show that I am doing something like which is useful for the people and scientific community.
Correct. But especially right now, what are the opportunities? Those who are coming to US and doing research. So, is there any other good opportunities? Those who are coming fresh, new graduates, or those who want to willing to do their research work in US? Is there any opportunities? Are there in your point of view? Because you have been for the long years in the US. So that is the reason I'm asking this question. Could you please elaborate on that?
Yeah, so there are always opportunities open for the people from entire world, like from internationals.
Mhm.
So especially so in any fields like engineering, pharmaceutical science, biomedical engineering,
Mhm.
any other fields like so there are a lot of opportunities. And also most of the people they say it depends on the funding. So if the university or the supervisor they receive the funding, so they have a ability to sponsor
Mhm.
uh, full scholarship for the student, like for PhD program.
Mhm.
For example, so one of my junior is there in he actually did bachelor's and master's
Mhm.
from JNTU. So he want to try for PhD program in
Mhm.
US. So he did. So the basic thing is, so they have to do the basic checklist. Like so, they have to
Mhm.
do compulsory GRE and all those stuff.
Mhm.
So in terms of research you put in, so whether he is coming for PhD program,
Mhm.
master's program, or he want to come for postdoctorate program.
Yes.
So who they have to decide which program they are coming into.
Yes.
And PhD program takes a long time, so it will be like more than 5 years to complete PhD.
Mhm.
So they have to decide so whether they are interested in that field.
But
But there are scope and opportunities in each and every field.
okay, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you. And especially some people, uh, like what kind of knowledge we need. We want to deep dive into the research because you know very well our academic system, where we are and where they are. What is the difference between their education and our education, especially in terms of research?
Yeah, so in terms of research, especially in academics, so in India and abroad, so they have typical mindsets like so they have kind of research. So I have this I need. The final goal is A. So
Mm,
I want to achieve A. So in India, so most of the people they follow the same route. Like I want A, so you have to like proceed to get that A, where how you can get, where you can get.
mm,
But in terms of in US, so how they do, so if there is a chance that they can do B as well, so in between, so they can actually tackle out. So how A is coming from. So whether we can proceed way B, C, or something. So in terms of exploratory research, so in there are a lot of opportunities, fundings in US, but in because of the funding crunch and lack of facilities and all those in India, so because we are very back in terms of research compared to US.
but in our case, you know very well, Indian people are so in terms of practical knowledge, they are not up to the mark. In terms of academics, we are very good at academics. Like we are passed with the distinction, and but still, when I'm applying for any university or any research courses, but still we are lagging. Where we are lagging?
No, actually, I totally don't agree that we don't have a knowledge in India, but they have a lot of knowledge. But in terms of application part,
Mm,
so we are lacking in application part. You have so much strength, so you have to apply certain knowledge you gain.
mm,
But we are like kind of very afraid of applying that knowledge. So you want to take your career progress forward. So you
mm,
have to try use your abilities whatever you gained, so you have to put it into
mm.
in a right form, so you have to apply that kind of all the whatever you have learned.
Yes.
So that application part is lacking in terms of what you are asking.
Yes, but I have one more question. I have known for the past 10 years, and if I'm I mean if I'm doing any research, if I'm stuck somewhere, definitely I want to ask you and a good suggestion from your side. But nowadays people are not ready to ask anybody because nowadays we are living in digital technology. Everyone is depending on either chat GPT or new technology, but they are not asking those who are in expert in that field. Why people are not taking any advice from their superior or hierarchy level?
So there are two ways in terms of approaching the person. So whether he is easy to approach or not. So that
Mm,
is one thing. And also whether he could able to explain what you need. So
mm,
that is another thing. The person has a lot of capabilities or knowledge, whatever it may be. But in terms of explaining to the other person, maybe he might be lagging, or sometimes he has a commendable research in terms of bench work, but he could not able to
mm.
explain properly. So
Correct.
that is one thing, and the one more thing is the barrier. So
Mm,
between if you are supervisor, super senior, whatever it may be, so they feel little bit like nervous. So whether I should ask this question, so
mm,
maybe he will think. So I'm thinking, he will think. So I don't know this also. So
yeah,
that is one thing. So they also think that everything is available online.
correct.
So why don't I approach like so online? So if I find something, so I can actually get whatever I need. But if I don't get, then I can actually proceed dive
Yeah.
into asking the person.
But my point of view, rather than going for technology, a experienced candidate have more knowledge than the technology. I strongly believe that. What is your opinion on that?
So I do agree the experienced person have a good knowledge, but he actually also need to up to date on the technology, whatever it is coming. So he also will be well known in that the technology. So what how it is working.
Mhm,
But in terms of the technology, how it comes, so it depends on the database. So already whatever the people have done, they
mhm.
have put together in a compiled form, so which is like is readily available for each and every person.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Yes.
it's
Uh,
it's not hard to it's not hard in terms of learning technology, but you have to start from somewhere.
Yes. And my final question to you, those who are coming to US, so what message you want to put forward in terms of research? So, but still, some people have good knowledge and good research paper also, but still they are not to move further. So, those kind of people, what message you want to motivate them?
So actually, so people who want to come for research especially, so it's like a kind of you are making a bond for research, so between the supervisor or whatever the meticulous work you are doing. So first of all, so I actually suggest, so look for a perfect supervisor, so whatever the field you are going for.
Mm,
So that is very important. So if your supervisor is good, like you could able to achieve whatever you need. So,
mm,
but at the starting point, so you may be lacking like understanding the technology, whatever the research you are doing. But later on, based on the experience of your supervisor and also getting some more knowledge, like supervision and all those stuff, will gain more. And nowadays, people are actually facing microaggression and other stuff like micromanagement, and people are suffering from different several diseases. So
mm.
even though they come for research, like for big dreams and all those stuff, so the work environment is very important. So
Yes.
I feel the manager work environment, how you are doing the work and the application of your work. So
Mm.
how it will be useful for the people beyond.
Yeah.
So that is what I want to
Yeah.
say.
Thank you, Nagavindra sir. You are enlightening your wonderful information. Definitely, we will take that kind of words and we try to implement our day-to-day life activities. Thank you for accepting our invitation and giving your valuable time. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting.